everyone, my name is Titanic, and welcome back to another episode on the Titancraft Season 5 server. How are you doing? I hope you're doing absolutely fantastic. Today is a very, very exciting episode because, I don't have a ton for us to actually do. We're going to be, it's a mini tour, mini showcase video, I guess you could say, because off camera, I worked on my base for several hours, and, I think, besides putting in some nether portals, which is what we are going to be doing today, my base should be done when we end the episode. So that is absolutely great news. Now, I want to just quickly have a quick discussion. My base took me quite a few hours today. I spent upwards of 6 hours working on it today. It was a lot of work.
I spent upwards of 5 hours foaming trees. 2 trees in specific.
Oh yeah, I blew a lot of bone meal down there. Anyways, back to what I was saying. So, my base, I just want to, quick before we go over there, talk about, it's not quite up to the standard I usually have been trying to hold my builds to. If you notice with the fishing village too, from what I originally talked about adding to it, it's not even close to what I was planning on. I ran out of time this season, and it really became evident. I guess I've thought I could have more time here at the end of the season than I do, and Titancraft itself being inactive for the most part does not help that at all, because now not only am I finishing projects that I started, I'm also finishing other people's projects, and I can't balance all of it. So I'm trying my hardest. We are going to continue to work on what we can, but yeah. Like the fishing village that originally was going to have an auto fisher in it, I don't have time to add an auto fisher. I suppose maybe log, that's another idea for the industrial district, because that still needs to be built yet, and the scary thing I guess I should quickly address too is the fact that the industrial district has not been started, therefore the castle has not been started. I had to finish Chris's little village too. And optimally, by the end of the next episode, Titancraft Kingdom is done. Now, I might make the next episode, and I guess not by the end of tomorrow, it's 2 days from now is when the next episode is. I'm planning on making it like a mini super episode, I'm thinking, where it's definitely not going to have super tight or super episode status, but it's going to be something close to it, if you know what I'm saying. So, we'll go through my entire base in a bit. We're just going to first start by going straight to the portal, so ignore some of the stuff I've done off camera, and then we'll kind of address everything. Wait, actually, there was one other thing I wanted to do while I was here. I want to clean up this hallway. This hallway is so full of junk. Because then while we are doing stuff, I'll have them emptying out into the storage room to try to get some more stuff in there, because the storage room is still nearly empty, and you know. So I guess one thing you're gonna see right off the bat is I'm not happy with the way the staircase turned out. I really wish I would have had more space vertically, but I was limited, and then down here redstone made me have to make this last one tight right here. But I guess it blended better into the court, so I'm tight. It wasn't exactly what I wanted, but it works. It looks decent. I wouldn't say it. I don't think it looks great, but it looks good enough. Like, it'll pass. It's better than what I would have built 4 years ago, so I'm happy with it. Now over here, wait, whoa, don't be dumb, Titanic. Now don't go. We're running straight past the drop-off point, because we are going to hook up some of the shulker box. So let's put my green shulker box down. Let's start letting you empty out, and then we'll start running this one too, I guess. And then when we, hopefully by the time we get back over here in a second, we can maybe put another one on. I doubt it, but we'll see. It takes a while to empty a shulker box. So let's put in our first nether portal of the day. Boom, 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 boom. So this is what we're going to have for our little portal thingy. Remember, yeah, that's like that. Okay. I don't know if the nether portal is going to light it up enough, so I had to test that, hopefully. I don't want to try to stuff lighting in an ugly way, even though I just put 2 torches here if we have to, but we'll check it out in a minute. So let's put some chords in our chat here quick. So 16, 55, 20, negative 450, bam. So let's grab up my calculator. Oh my god, I almost lost my phone. Usually I always keep it to the left of me, but it got moved to the right of me at some point today. When's he gonna get a snap from Chris? It's so funny that I keep sending people like Chris snaps like, hey, you should try to come on Titancraft, and he doesn't even respond, even though Chris actually has a better excuse than a lot of Titans at the moment, so I'm not as picky with him as some of the others, because I saw his internet I saw what his internet was doing for myself the other day, and if I had his internet problems, I probably wouldn't be playing either. Like if you didn't know, for a good chunk of the season, actually, from when I switched to the new computer until sometime in April when it randomly stopped, my internet would randomly cut out. My connection to it, my internet itself would be fine, but I just randomly dropped my connection, and it got to the point where for a little bit there, it was nearly just unplayable for any multiplayer games. And I was starting to get to the point where I was starting to panic, and then it just suddenly stopped. I AFK'd nonstop for a couple of weeks while I was doing stuff, and it basically cleared out. So I don't know what was going on that time, but negative 56.
I shot a medic and it literally disappeared. I saw movement.
But
I got a hit marker.
Okay, let's quickly do this.
I didn't get 2 hit markers. I didn't get 3 hit markers.
Alright, let's go.
I still only got 1 hit marker.
Put this away for a second. So, anyways, I guess I can understand Chris's problem. Oh, great! I decided to eat my shulker box, I think.
But for whatever reason, you don't like my excuse to not play.
Oh, trust me, I know you're just trying to get out of it. See, I can tell when people are trying to just get out of it versus when they have a valid excuse like what Chris has. Because like Chris has issue, right?
I had a valid excuse for nothing.
What?
I ain't never had a valid excuse for nothing.
Yeah, you're terrible of coming up with excuses. Your best excuse is you have a good excuse when you're out in the field, but when you're up until 3 a.m. in the morning playing Battlefield, that's when. Now, I guess we'll talk a bit more about this in the upcoming weeks, well, upcoming days, I guess. Now, Titancraft's almost over. I might make a video all about like recap. I'm thinking about making 2 videos in addition to what the series is right now. One talking about why I'm planning on being done with YouTube, and the other talking about just recapping season 5 from like my experiences with it, what I think of it, how it went. I think it would be really a good thing to make a video on, but I'll see if I get a chance. Again, not positive that I'll do it, so don't like be waiting. Oh, is Titanic gonna upload that video? 50-50 chance.
The time when you're sitting too close to incendiary grenade so you can't repair.
But so, I guess I would like to have. I will come clean right now and just admit I do personally have the belief that season 5 got inactive after a while, and I think part of it is a few things. First of all, Titans that go away for a very long time and just don't play ever make it really boring for everybody. And then also, it comes to the point where Ship actually kind of made me think of it the other day, is he hadn't played the server in months because he's been busy, and now he finally comes back and he's just bored of the season and ready for something new. And that begs the point, if people are gone for so many months, by the time they even are back, they're ready to start a new season. Like, that's why Titancraft has never had a season that lasted this long. We've never had our longest season previously was like 8.5 months, I believe. And this season is already past the 13-month marker. We've never had something like this. It's completely new to Titancraft. And in that matter, it's almost a big experiment. And I'm very glad we did it. Like, I don't have any regrets about making Season 5 as long as we did. I think it was an excellent idea. I personally believe I almost wish that some of the other seasons could have made it longer. Like, Season 2 got reset at a good point. Season 1 also was reset at a good point. I think Season 1 we were just out of ideas. Season 3 got lagged out. I had so many ideas yet for Season 3, and Season 3 just got rushed into an end, and that season had a lot left to do in it. Season 4, I guess the jungle felt limited. I was out of inspiration. All my ideas were already for this season that I got burned out so quickly on that season that I was immediately thinking ahead to Season 5. And I think that's what actually killed for me Season 4.
Oh, that was
Is I was already just planning for Season 5. There was like, yeah, who cares? I'm ready for the next season. And Season 5, I think part of it, I've had this idea for so long that this is going to be the last season that I really have not had plans on resetting. So I guess that helped me keep my date I've had for ages a thing. The heck? How many just see items randomly glitching around? So yeah. I hope you guys can kind of see where I'm coming from on some of this, but oh yeah, of course they didn't do anything while we were in the Nether. Makes sense. Well, we'll see with all due time, I guess, with how I feel afterwards. Because of course I'm still in the middle. I'm still stressed out with Titancraft, but I think this has been a good experience. I'm very happy that we did it, and definitely, if you had to rewind me 10 months, well, not 10 months, well, let's see, 13 and a half months ago, if you were to rewind me to that point, and you told me about everything that's happened in Season 5 so far, and asked me, do I want to go forth with it, I would totally do it. 100%. We'd do it in a heartbeat again. Some of the seasons I'd be a little more skeptical, like Seasons 2 and 4 I didn't like very much. They, like, and it's funny, the farther we get past Season 4, the less I like it. And Season 2, I've just kind of hit rock bottom with that season for a long time already. That it's to the point where I just am like, whatever, I don't care. But, I don't know. It's an interesting thing. Oh, yeah, things are making it in here. So, I guess let us head to the surface quickly, and then we'll do a full-on little tour of the base. And discuss everything that has happened with it, my opinions on it, and, you know, we'll just go over it quick. So, let's do that. We'll put the obsidian away when we come back down here. I hear random things for running. This base is something. Wait, let me double check. Is it night? Yeah. I want to sleep now before going on the surface, just in case. So, yeah, let's do that. Yeah, let's go up here and swim. Up we go. Please don't be creepers and crap. Yeah, it looks like it's safe enough. Alright, so here's where we all started this base project back at. I don't know how many episodes it's been. Oh, you can see all the beacons here. It looks so much weirder now that we have 3 of them from the storage room. But, get out of here. This well has been here for a while. I think we built it in, like, April or May, I think it was. It's been a while. Well, it was before May, actually. I know that. So, yeah, it's been a while since we built this well. And I've been really loving it for a long time already. I think it turned out really well. I actually, when I built it, I think it was on an episode that I kept tabbing on my game, like, looking at this image. And it's very inspired by it. Like, I think the front of its frame is a lot like it, but it's very much my own. And I think the dimensions of it, I think that was for a 2x2. Oh my god, thank God for the God Sword. If I wouldn't have had that insane knockback, that creeper would have just blown up our entire well. Ugh. But yeah, so I still adore this thing. I think it turned out great. So that's the entrance to the base. We'll just go over here quickly, and then we'll come back over to the house in a minute. So here is, of course, the Victory Monument. If you don't know this thing, it's a huge throwback to Season 4, where I built this, because I guess while we're going back to the base here, we'll quickly discuss. So that monument, I built it on New Year's Eve. It was the last thing I did in 2016 in Minecraft when I designed it in creative mode. It took me like 4 hours to find a design on the internet, and then I didn't like any of them, and I kind of just raw built for like an hour, and I made that, and I love it. And that actually was basically that's where we put our beacon and our dragon egg to celebrate Season 4. All the content for Season 4, like for survival, was done in the first week of the season. And was done before we even started releasing the footage for the season. Season 3 was still being uploaded when Season 4 was being recorded. It's a really weird overlap because if you look on YouTube, Season 3 ended on the 31st of December 2016, and then 2017 immediately was kicked off with Season 4. For us, we started Season 4 on Christmas night. In fact, Christmas Day that year, we recorded the last 5 episodes of Season 3 and the first 2 of Season 4. Because everybody was around. That was a year, it's kind of funny. Titancraft, we're all around, so we just decided to get together, and that's what actually came out of that recording session. It was absolutely an insane one. There's a creeper over there. Bye-bye, buddy. Alright, anyways. So, here's the wall that we used to come in the base. Again, if you do not know, this base is a huge throwback to the first base I ever made in Minecraft. Where, back in... It's the base... It's a very much upgraded base version of what I would have tried to made in my original Titanic Plays Minecraft series, which was the first series I ever did that lasted for 8 episodes. The first audio, which was my first video, the first video that had no audio was my first video, and well, Kind of was a disaster in my opinion, but that's a long time ago, almost 4 years ago. It's way too far back. But I upgraded this. I actually made this is actually I think the third time I've built this base. I first built it on Xbox. I didn't quite finish it, but I got most of the way. It's a Friends World. Then I started on Titanic Plays Minecraft, and then we finished it here. So like I guess I really should change this yet. Actually, yeah. Let's find a way to fix this before I say the base is done. This is the thing that needs to be fixed right now. We need andesite. Andesite. Let's just go up here quickly so we can see some. So I want to finish this. I want to make sure if I'm saying our base is complete, it's actually completed. And that's going to be required for it to be complete, so let's find some andesite quick. There should be some just sitting on a cliffside or something. Come on, the one time now don't you dare, if anybody's watching right now, go back and like say, oh you just flew by andesite at this frame. I don't care. Found some andesite. Found the, oh my god, one more. Boom, boom. Looks a bit more natural. My throat's so dry at the moment.
Rip 27-1 with my tank.
Oof.
Actually, it's 26-1. Technically, because the first 1-1 was my last tank.
Okay, cool. Oh.
I lived on sea for so long on Sinai.
Yeah. So back to what I was saying.
Not a single person of your audience
Yes.
cares what I'm talking.
Yeah, I don't care about what you're talking about, 'cause I'm just trying to go back to what I'm saying.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna keep interrupting what you're saying.
Alright, so yeah, I'm really happy with how this base turned out. So that should be the base finish now with that little block placement. So if we come down here, of course, I'll just quickly do a discussion on each room. So this is our nether room, which is a huge, if you are a longtime Titanic viewer, you would know what this is. This is a big throwback to the huge quartz nether room I had in Farmtown way back in season 1. It was one of my very early builds that season. I believe I built it on episode 23 and 24. And to this day, it remains one of my favorite builds from that season. In fact, I really almost could do a top 5 builds from each season, except season 2 because I only had like 5 builds that season.
Yeah, so it would just be top build. It would just be builds from season 5.
You mean season 2?
Yeah, whatever.
Builds from season 5, I have tons of them. Just little builds I've scattered around the server. Even season 3, I have tons. The main seasons. Even season 4, I did a lot too, so. Season 2 is the short season, though. So, again, this is a big throwback build I absolutely adore. It's one of my favorites I've done. And definitely a good one. Now, if you come over here, this is the hub room, which I absolutely adore. This room took me hours. I dug this thing in probably, I don't know, 60 minutes total, maybe. I don't know, 60 to 90 minutes, somewhere in there. It's all it took to dig with the God pick. And yet, I probably spent well over 5-6 hours actually working on it, and in terms of thinking about designs for it, I probably spent 24. Like, this has a lot of my time into it. I love it, though. It turned out perfect. Though, if you did watch it, so when I was working on it for a while, my internet is when it was dying at night, so I couldn't even hardly build, but I'm happy. Of course, the fountain right here, this little guy, is right below the victory monument, so it's like a little underpiece.
I'm coming for you, little sidecar.
So I think one of the things that when I was playing with the design was I wanted to add a centerpiece to this room from the start, and as soon as I kind of started messing around with like pathways and stuff, I saw this raised design and I absolutely adored it. I think it just feels so much more bold having this lifted up, and I've always thought about how cool it would be like if I would have dug this down like 30 blocks and actually like made my house more like leveled vertically. And next time I build a base, I might try doing something like that vertically based. That could be really cool. So, off next is to the new part of my base that isn't yet to be ever shown on YouTube. So, here we go. This is kind of like an underground foresty room with basically everything that we don't have yet. So, here's our enchanting area, which could have like lapis and enchanted books, whatever you want. Here's your anvils. Here's your crafting tables, which actually are the crafting tables of this room, I would think. You come over here. Here we have the auto smelter, which I really like. So, I built it on my own. Very happy with it. So, that should be input. In fact, I didn't put the signs there. Should we do that quick? Let's do that.
Bring it. 30 and free.
Bam. Oops. Wait. Crap. Did they not craft? God dang it. Game, what are you doing? I get all the crafting table when I was facing straight up for some reason. That's nice. Alright. Let's see. How do I want to label these? Because it's kind of janky how this is set up right now. So we'll put them maybe here. Sure. We'll put... What would I call, like, what would I call, like, the stuff that you're actually putting into the furnace just to get smelted?
Fuel?
No.
Or
That's the stuff. Fuel is the stuff to make the stuff burn. But what do I call the stuff getting the burning done to it?
items to be smelted.
There's no good way to describe them, is there? We'll say item input here. Well, item input, then put the we'll go down one.
I just usually put like items and fuel.
And let's put things to smelt. Boom. There we go. There's that key, and then we'll go up here, and then this will just be simply that. I spelled that out. Great job, me. Ah. There we go. Perfect. Done. Bam. So yeah, this is just a little auto smelter here, though, so you can turn them on and off. They go. Boom. Boom. Yeah, simple enough. You should know how they work. They're simple. I've been using stuff. I've been using different auto smelters for years, so I'm pretty familiar with them. Then here's my little potion area, which I actually really like how compact it is. Here's a lake for water. But the compactness of this room is really cool. I like how I use the trees to actually like form the boundary of this little area. I'm really happy with it. One of my favorites. So yeah, I definitely say this is a great little build right here in the corner, and I'm very happy with it. Actually, take a quick screenie. Because, you know, thumbnails are a thing I have to do, so I try to stop and take screenshots. So, off to the part of my base that I would say I like the least. By that I mean I really don't like this part of my base. So, this brick tunnel. Wish I would have been more planning ahead. I more planned, like, I put the base there, and then, like, I had an idea where I wanted to put the base, and then I dug the tunnel. I didn't make the tunnel and then put the base where the tunnel ends. So, the dimensions of this tunnel got really just what I didn't like. I felt like that was very limited for this tunnel that I could do. I think, like, right in here, the tunnel looks really cool. I just wish I could have added more, but I didn't really know what to do with it. Staircase is pretty boring. The house is it's a throwback to the original Season 3 house. Not sure how I feel about it, to be honest. I definitely wish I could have improved on it. Like, yeah. There's just blank space. There's just... I don't know. I think the big thing with this house that was tough for me is I wanted to make this house small, but to get everything I wanted, it had to be big, and then I didn't know what to put in here, so it kind of basically became a big mess, and yeah, I didn't like that part of it, but there's been better, there's been worse things that I've made, so yeah, it doesn't even have anything in it. I'm not gonna complain too much though, so heading back downstairs. Oh. We'll go back to what you just saw a bit ago, and we'll discuss everything down there. So, head down here. Somewhere in here, I believe it's right behind this block, is actually where you go to the original, like, mini storage area, which I think I still have junk in there that I might take out of there, but who knows, we'll see. So, coming down here, I like the staircase, it looks pretty cool, I guess. It's not the greatest thing. Never really liked this entrance build, but it was something to bend into the storage room. And the reason, originally this was going to come straight into the storage room, but if you actually look, I actually revealed it on camera when I got triggered at it. 3 wide. 4 wide. I almost lost it, that episode. It threw off my entire plan. It was a huge curveball. So I guess here is the storage room of all storage room. 512, well, actually how many chests are in here? Well, I guess for different items there's room for 120 specific items, and then there's the miscellaneous section. Of course, here you go, all your item inputs, your spot for shulker boxes. I can lock the hopper so that way it doesn't eat my shulker box. And then, we'll get these ones going too then. Wait, what? I bet the hopper below it's full. whatever. We'll dump some of this junk in here quickly while we're standing here. So, I guess that kind of brings up the discussion, though, that I really am happy with this way the storage room looks out. I think it's the best storage room I've ever made. It's absolutely amazing. And I'd like to just thank everybody who helped me with this build. Like, Logan helped me with a lot of the designing, Dong helped with a lot of the digging, and so did Logan, but... and then, of course...
invented the design?
Of the item sorters, but not the actual storage room. The storage room... The actual layout of the storage room is entirely my design. I didn't... None of the inspiration for this build came from my old build, which was remotely inspired by Ethos Nexus. But this thing is almost entirely my own. I would say this thing had minimal inspiration from outside. This was very much a classic Titanic build, and I am insanely happy with this one. It's one of my favorites ever, having the 16 different color areas, some of them being color themed, and then the other ones just trying to make sure I squeeze in what we for sure need in here. And again, I'm happy. The one thing I do hate is how, if you look down here, some of the chests don't render in, and then even though the item frames render there, and it just kind of looks wacky in spots, but that's just Minecraft being stupid, so that's what I have to do, I guess. But yeah, overall, I'm very happy with the storage room. And also, huge shout out to Winter for helping me for like 5 hours one day gathering materials. Her help was so much. It did me a lot. And then I guess Chris and MC both helped out a little bit with this. And of course back here, I guess if you haven't seen it, this is the redstone hatch itself, where you can come back and see all the redstone and get into the belly of the beast, one may say. And yes, if you're wondering, Logan built these doors, and the iron ore is used right there because that's the only block he had in his inventory at that moment. Because iron ore is just...
What else do you do with iron ore when you have a server like ours?
Yeah, the iron farm makes it pointless. And we had just finished digging the hole, so he still had that in his inventory, so he just used that. And oh yeah, that dirt's still sitting under here from Schematica. Let's get rid of that quick. Goodbye, dirt. We don't like you. Got so much random stuff down here. I don't know what some of all that is, but we'll just ignore it for now. So, I guess that's going to do it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm so glad the space project is complete. It's been a lot of work, and if you actually, one last little story before we end. So, this storage room, not the storage room, this base, when I started Season 5, in fact, before Season 4 ended, I discussed a lot with Titans and even on YouTube, some of my ideas for Season 5. And I think I announced the season of throwbacks when Season 5 started. I don't think I announced that ahead of time. But one thing I said is that my plan was to do 100 daily episodes, and then after those 100 daily episodes, it would be focused primarily on doing stuff in Spawn Town. I would leave Spawn Town. Well, I never really left Spawn Town until when I did community projects, which was still community. But my plan was to do my base starting with 101. I didn't actually start my base until well into the hundreds. I think it had to be in the 170s when I started, when I built the well initially. So this base got built a lot later than I thought, and the reason that was is for most of the season I was busy and I didn't have any inspiration. But I'm so glad the inspiration came to me. This build is amazing. So I just hate to say again, one last massive thank you to everybody who has supported me through the building of this base. And if you do like it, you'll be able to get your hands on it very, very soon in the map download that is coming in just a couple of weeks.
And if you don't like it, well, then go to my base. My base is awesome.
See, you have Logan's base, which just crams everything you can possibly want, and then there's my base, which is spread out and just has more for the looks. And again, that's part of the point of this base was to look nice because of the fact that it's a late season base. If I would have built this, say, in maybe episode, 50, for example, the way this build would have been designed would have been completely different. Like, I would have actually put crafting tables in the storage room itself. That's one thing the storage room does not have. But I think part of it is this storage room was incredibly hard for me to fit in the design, which is why I just skipped it, because if you look around, besides the ceiling, everything is like quartz and concrete. A crafting table would not fit well with anything in here. But yeah. So again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you didn't mind a 30-minute episode. We'll be back again in 2 days, hopefully with us being able to finish and recap the Titancraft Kingdom final community project. Then, fingers crossed, the big announcement will come. Well, not big announcement, but the big update will drop on Wednesday, which means Thursday, the 19th, should be the episode 247, which hopefully will be us on 1.13. Fingers crossed we can get that content. And then after that, of course, it's the tours and the finale. So get ready. From here on out, it's just wrapping things up and then I guess a little enjoying an update. What?
Issues. Okay.
But, anyways, on the note, have yourselves an absolutely fantastic day. This has been Titanic and a tiny bit of login. And...
Here, eavesdropping, not paying any attention whatsoever.
But anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye-bye.